Good morning. This is Anka Metcalf with TradeOutLoud.com. Welcome to the new trading week for the week of September 6th, 2016. And it is Tuesday. Hope everybody had a great Labor Day holiday and had a few days off. And we're back in the market. We're going to start the pre-market game plan for major future indices and also for gold and CL. We're going to start with YM. YM has been basing at 18,500. You could see the price bubble here, and has been basing for quite some time, ever since this spike up that we had from the open all the way into midnight. And since then, we have been basing, ranging rather tightly. So here's what I see here. Any break above 18,510 is going to try to push higher. However, it's not going to be easy because we have a first level of resistance at 18,520. And further targets are going to be 40. We're going to look into the 50 area, 60, and obviously we're going to go higher since we have a void all the way into the all-time high at 18,623. However, that is quite far away. The trend, however, suggests that we should continue higher. Because we are in a very strong uptrend. On Friday, we had triggered a daily buy, so we are more inclined into continuing higher. So this is going to be the case. In case we're going to get a pullback, I am going to be ready for the downside as well, since we have here a quite really nice tradable void. And also, so to the upside and also to the downside. So I'm going to try both ways. And remember what I say, that you should always stick to the most prevalent trend. But in this case, I like it both ways. So if we get a break above 18,510, I think we can continue higher, and I gave you the targets. But if we break 18,490, this is going to be my entry. My stop is going to be 18,510. I'm going to look for 3 R's into 18,460. So I'm going to look for the following targets: 80, 70, 60. This is going to be it. And probably here we're going to see how the waters are, and test these areas before continuing either higher or lower. All right, so this was for YM. Let's continue with ES, and YM continues to be my favorite right off the bat, right from the open. As soon as I'm gonna finish this recording, I'm gonna place my orders for a buy and for a sell, both ways, whatever triggers first. All right, so I don't have to sit in front of the computer. All right, ES, pretty much the same story. Very strong consolidation into this resistance area. You can see that here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, close to 5 tops right here onto the hourly chart. Support we have at 2178. If we breach the support area, we're going to fall, and the next support area is at 2175.50. It's not going to be an easy ride to the downside, and it's not going to be as many R's as you can have in YM, because the stop here is quite wide. So your entry here can be for the short 2178.70, and you could have 75, I'm sorry, and you could have a stop right here into 2181.57. So you could see that you barely have 2 R's all the way into this 2175.50 area. So it's going to be pretty tight. It's not going to be as strong. If we maintain our strong bias throughout the day, I would be more into buying this bottom 21, but this is aggressive. Buying this 2179, having a very tight stop here, since it's holding. It has been holding for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. So have a stop right here, 2178.50. Or you could give it a little bit of room at 2178.25. And this would be a better plan. So buy this bottom right here, or even into 80, place your stop right here at 78.50, or give it a little bit of more room with a final, not with the final target, but I would say with the resistance first target into 2182, and then you look for continuation all the way into 2191. That is the all-time high. So this is my bias for ES. Very strong. They're holding. They have been holding overnight. YM and ES are very, very strong. If you want to short ES, I don't suggest it. If we develop weakness throughout the trading day, I would suggest you go to YM. ES very, very strong. And like I said, this area is Bible right here with a very tight stop. So you have a very tight stop in ES right now. However, like I said, YM is my favorite. Let's take a look at NQ. Okay, so NQ is super strong right off the gates, right here. Power trending to the upside, no stalling, power trending. It was basing for a little while, for about 3 hours at 47.93 area, and it continued higher, rallied into this prior high right here. As you saw the pictures for YM and ES, they were all into resistance already, or very close to resistance, where NQ had to play a little bit of a catch up because of yesterday's price action. So we saw a little bit of fall into yesterday's early hours for the London sessions. Only the London session was open yesterday since the US market was closed. So we had a very strong rally and we reached this resistance area. You can see the peaks here. 1, 2, 3, 4 areas of resistance at this point. Now, we don't have a very strong bias for a short here, so we're not going to discuss the short. But for the long, we want to see a consolidation happen between 4,800 and 4,805. So this is going to be our mingle area. So this is going to be a pullback area to which you're going to look for a potential buy. You could either look for a buy, like I said, into this this support area at 4,800, or you can look for a consolidation or a break above 4,805, and you can use 4,800 as a stop. The targets for this 4,810. We're going to look for these highs right here at 48.17, and we're going to look higher. Remember, the all-time high is 48.36.75, and we do have a really nice tradable void if we break above these highs right here. So this is going to be the test, 48.05. We're going to see how this is going to behave into this area before continuing higher. So NQ is also my favorite, but remember, for NQ to set up, you need a little bit of a pullback, or you need to wait it up a little bit because we had this really strong rally. All right, let's take a look at gold/GC. And the way I see it, the market has opened a little after 8 o'clock, and it's basing right now. So you could see the tight range for the last almost an hour. Okay, so breakout to the upside. You can see the strong consolidation, 1329 for support, 1331 for resistance. Break above this area. It's trading right now into this resistance right here, 1339 and 1340. These are areas of resistance from the spike up. Still has room to continue higher at 1346. Right now, this is not only an area of resistance on the early chart, it is an area of resistance on the daily chart, since we had some swing lows into 810 all the way through 817. So we had those lows that were tested, and we've been talking about those lows for quite some time. So it's just a matter of digesting this area, eating it up before continuing higher. Does it have room to continue higher? Yes, for an ultimate target of 1358.50. Let's move to CL. CL has been basing quietly overnight. However, it has been acting up overnight with some extreme weakness. So we had a very extensive move to the upside. So we had a really nice shot up to the upside. Then we had a move down, almost erasing the prior high. It was really resting on this support area right here before it triggered a little bit higher. However, it tried to hold, but it formed the ceiling at 45.50 here, and it just came back down into support. $44 support area right here. It might go higher. Remember, this area on the daily chart is also the 50% retracement, and however, it is likely to bounce off this area or to hold this area. When you're coming from really weak, from a really weak move, prior moves, and we have two prior very, very weak moves, you are more likely to break this support area rather than to hold it. But the game plan for this will be for you to watch the 5-minute chart. This is what I'm going to do. A break below $44. It's going to send it back down to $43.10, $43.20, even $43. So this is going to be my ultimate target for it. And we have a very tight base actually on the 1-minute and the 2-minute chart right before the open. And a break above 44.25 can bounce it back up. It's not going to be a huge bounce, and it's going to be one with a little bit of trouble, 44.50. So you're not going to get as many R's as you might get to the downside. But however, we need to watch both ways. So there might be a room for a dollar move to the upside. And remember, we still have a dollar move to the downside. So this is a tug of war here. So you have to, if you stop out to the upside, and like I said, the entry would be 25, 44.25. If you stop out to the upside, don't be scared to try it to the downside under $44. And remember that this is going to be your stop. 44.24, 44.25 is going to be your stop. Just give it a little bit of wiggle room since your targets are so far away. This was all for today. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you all have a super profitable trading week, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.